Hello guys, welcome to my new Sunday market breakdown. Okay, I will be giving a short explanation about DXY. So we are now at a monthly and we are having this nice supply and demand on a monthly, very nice holding. We had this nice bullish M that completed this monthly FIB completion here. So that's nice. So we can see that the bears kicked in from that point. So what I can see is that we are now having this higher low that holds the price up. As you can see, we rejected on that. So if I go now to the weekly chart, you can see that we are making this kind of shoulder one, this double top, and then this shoulder two here, shoulder two here. So yeah, very big bullish rejection candle. So I think we can have short-term shorts, and then we can go back to this shoulder one, head, shoulder two zone for more upside momentum. So that's what I can see. A pattern within a pattern, the bullish M here that can play out for more upside momentum. So if I go to the daily, you can see that we have a daily bearish indicational candle close aligning with this shoulder one, this head, and a shoulder two here. So I expect the price to come a little bit more to the upside to tap this shoulder one zone, and then we can go to the downside till this point, till the first touch here, the second touch, third touch of the ascending trend line. Or if we break that, we can have a tap of this weekly zone, quick tap, and then some bullish momentum that can kick in. That's what I can see on the 4-hour. We are also making this bearish W, which aligns with the retest of that shoulder one zone here. So that's what I can see. So if I go to my pairs that I had in mind for this week is USDCAD, the first one. If I go to the monthly, you can see that we came from this buying region, as you can see, and we went impulsively to the upside. So here we did it also, here we did it also, but we stopped at some point here, and here we stopped. So what I can see now, that this was our last lower high, this is our last lower low. So we were holding that zone for around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 months. So yeah, that's a very big zone that is holding. So I can see that the bulls are having some difficulties to break the zone. So if I go to the weekly right here, you can see that we can have a possible shoulder one, this head, shoulder two, then deceleration from that impulse from the high to low, weekly take profit aligning with this low, and we rejected the 78.60 with deceleration of 1, 2, 3, 4 weekly candles. The first one is already active. We are now bullish. So if I go now to the daily, you can see that we almost tapped the daily zone of interest. I think we just didn't tap it. The shoulder one here, the head, shoulder two. So that's what I can see, because this was our nice selling zone. Every time we tapped it, we had some sellers, and then we went till a weekly shoulder one. We made a false break to take the retail traders out for that zone, and now the bears are in power. So we broke this higher low, and now we can expect a reversal pattern in the form of a shoulder one, head, shoulder two with the tap of this daily zone, and then going more to the downside where the price had some difficulties to break, where a lot of buyers came in, as you can see. So that's my point, that I will take aggressively profit at this daily minus 27. So if I delete that, if I go now to the 4-hour, you can see that we are also making here this bearish W for more downside momentum, as you can see, which is nice. I'll just delete this Fibonacci. and the descending trend line holding the price down. So I will take my limit around this region, my stop loss above this wicks with a little bit of space there, and yeah, to the daily take profit. So the next pair is EURGBP. If I go to the monthly chart, you can see that we touched this nice monthly bullish zone, as you can see. You can see we tapped very nicely and went impulsively to the upside here also. So we can expect that also. So what I can also see is that we had an impulsive move to the downside with corrective nature with the trend. So at some point we will have some bullish momentum kicking in, and then the break of it, the retest, and then we can go to the upside again until this black line high zone. So if I go now to the weekly, I think we have also a monthly fib completion. If I take my fib from the high to the low, we have a minus 27 monthly fib completion there. If I go to the weekly, you can see that we are trading also in a kind of descending channel like this. As you can see, every time we tapped the low of this descending trend line, we went to the upside. So yeah, that's nice. And on the weekly, I can see that we had a double bottom, shoulder 1 here, shoulder 2. Then I expect one more touch of this weekly zone, and then maybe the possible move to the upside to the weekly take profit point. So that's nice. So the market is already open right now. So if I go to the daily, you can see we already touched my zone of interest. Shoulder 1, hit shoulder 2 with a nice resistance in the head, which is a nice supply and demand. So we already tapped this zone. So if we have one more tap of the 4 hour, so if I go to the 4 hour now, you can see we are having this bullish M here for more upside momentum to the daily take profit. And yeah, if this candle closes like this, I want to have one more tap of this zone, as you can see, and then we can have some more upside momentum. That's what I want to see for your GPY, because it's still before 12 o'clock midnight. So yeah, the spreads are really high at that point. Also a nice supply demand on the 4 hour to take the entry, support, resistance, resistance, support, institutional candle, very important, support for more upside momentum. So that's nice. So yeah, now I can go to the last pair. That's gold. So if I go to the monthly, you can see that we are still on the long term very bullish on gold. We are making this bullish M here. Everything between this low and high is just a correction for more upside momentum. So this is just relief, as you can see. This is just relief for more upside momentum. So what I can see right now is that we can, if I delete that descending trend line, you can see we are sitting at a very clear monthly selling zone. Sellers are coming in, and now we rejected at that zone. We are almost at the end of the month with a new candle. So if this closes like this, the chance is high that we can go to the downside till this point again, where the buyers kicked in again. So that's what I can see, that we are at a very very big selling zone. So if I go to the weekly, it will be more clearer. So yeah, as you can see, this is a clear supply demand zone holding a support, false breaks, resistance, 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 here again resistance. So the market isn't yet open on gold yet, but this will be a weekly bearish candle close, which is an indication. We are also having the weekly fib completion from the low here to the high, minus 27 fib completion with the minus 60.80 aligning. So that's nice. So the bears are definitely kicking in and are present at a very big supply and demand zone. And as you can see, this was also an impulsive move. And what do we receive? Normally after an impulsive move, a corrective nature counter to the trend for more downside momentum. If I take my ascending trend line, so this can be my first touch. This is the first touch, second touch, third touch, and then some more downside momentum. That's what I can see. So I will delete that. If I go to the daily now, you can see that we are making higher highs, higher lows here. And then we broke this last higher low impulsively, so we can make now the nice shoulder one here, shoulder one, double top, the head, shoulder two, then the corrective nature counters the trend till this daily shoulder one zone, and then an impulsive move to the downside. That's what I expect. On the 4 hour, it's more clear. If I go to the line chart on the daily, you can see this is clearly our shoulder one, head, shoulder two for more downside momentum. If I go to the 4 hour now, you can see that we are having a pattern within a pattern, this shoulder one, this hand, then the shoulder two. So if I take my 4 hour zone of interest like this, this will be my 4 hour zone of interest, and then the bearish W for more downside momentum. So I will take my entry here, my trade around the shoulder one, my stop loss above this high, and then we can go to the downside to the 4 hour TP. So that's what I can see for gold right now. So yeah, have a nice trading week, everybody, and see you next week. Bye guys.